Hello, everyone. Good morning, all my friends. I'm so glad you guys are here today. Are you ready to make some fun cards? These are, I'm calling these my flip flap fun fold cards. Say that 10 times fast, but check out this card. Is that not the coolest? Here's my little Christmas version. I love it. They are so fun. So you've got a great place to write your message. And I want to show you one more quick thing, especially with the first card we're going to make. That's all we need. It doesn't even take a lot. It's going to be a really fun card. I'm excited to create these with you. Let's go ahead and bring Brenda and Christina on the screen. Good morning.
Good morning.
I love your sound effects with your card. That made my day.
Pew, pew, pew. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So I'm terrible at sound effects. When I was a kid, we would play cops and robbers or whatever, because I was the only girl in the neighborhood and my brother. And I cannot do a sound effect to save my life. So my guns were always cue, 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 cue.
Cue, cue, cue.
Cue. Yep, I cued everything.
Because you were sound cueing it.
Apparently.
That's right.
That's where the sound cue goes in.
Mocks me to this day. So I have something to show you.
Ooh, show it.
What? I was showing to. Oh, wait a minute. We're gonna need
It's a baby pine cone.
It's so little.
Guess what it grows into?
What?
A pine tree?
A big pine cone?
A giant redwood.
Ooh.
Are you gonna plant
There's a
it?
metaphor in there.
Isn't that amazing? I'm like, every time I go to the redwoods, I'm just like, you see all these different pine cones, and this is the giant redwood. And I'm like, but it's little, it's so little.
It's so little.
Yes, there is, I'm sure, a metaphor in there. So
Rhonda says Connie is dressed for fall. Yep, I am.
Sweater season.
We are ready. I told Christina the other day I'm in my flannel era.
You are. And I'm
I'm in my flannel.
I've been in my flannel era for like 10 years.
I know. I'm a little behind the times. But
is it logging season?
Yeah, lumberjack.
I always look like a lumberjack when I wear flannel.
A cute
It's not a good
lumberjack.
look on me. Well, flannel and baseball caps, is just the worst look for me.
Yeah,
so
I
let's don't do it. It's fine.
It's kind of a long thing, but I've had to change all my shoes. Had a little issue with a foot thing, and my podiatrist is like, you need to stop wearing cute shoes. So now I'm wearing Danish clogs. Yeah. No, Swedish. I think they're made in Sweden.
Whatever.
No, they're Danish.
They're
but
clogs.
I don't. Huh?
I said they're clogs.
They're clogs.
European.
Anyway, but they don't bend. And that's so anyway. So I'm like, well, great. I got to figure what am I going to wear with clogs? So flannel it is. So yeah.
I love it.
Investing in all the flannel. Well, we want to kind of give everybody what?
I was trying to think, is it what is it they call the German clothes?
Lederhosen?
Lederhosen.
Lederhosen. Yeah, you could start just
No, I don't think so.
Bring back Lederhosen. It'll be just like the Sound of Music.
I was thinking there's oh boy, sorry.
We like to give everyone a chance to get on. They get their notification from YouTube, and so everybody, looks like we got a good amount of people here, and I am ready to get started. Let's see, what time is it? Yep, we've given everybody 4 minutes. That should be pretty good. Let's jump in.
Let's do it.
That's what we've decided. All right. We're going to move things over here. And friends, we're going to start with this card. I was very excited because I got to use a brand new stamp set. This is Petals of Beauty. By the way, this also has a matching die set. We're not going to use the dies today, just the stamp set. I'm a sucker for a flower set, I got to tell you. And I do love this one. So we're going to actually, let me show you first. We've got a download here.
Hey, Connie, can I jump in for just a shake?
Yeah.
So you just said you were a sucker for a flower set.
Yep.
I was at a Stampin' Up event this spring, and they were talking about how people complain all the time, especially demonstrators, about why do we have to have all these flower sets? Well, it's because most purchasers are suckers for flower sets.
Yeah.
So that's why. That's
Okay.
why I consider them all.
Now we know. Yep. Oh, I just had to glance over at comments. Nan has got her coffee. She's ready to go. Patricia just got this set, so she's happy for ideas. Patricia, you're going to love this card. And it really is super easy. Okay. You guys know I always provide you with a free download. So you're going to have the measurements. I know it looks long, but there's some scoring and cutting. So that's what all of that is. You'll have your photos. You'll have your supplies. You can scan the QR code or click right there to go come back here to watch the video again. And friends, if you're in the United States, I would love to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you follow that link, it'll take you to a site where all of these products are listed for you, and you can order what you need there. I would appreciate your order. And if your order is over $50, you get a 3 girls in a stamp set video. It's pretty cool. So you're going to want to check that out. Okay, let's create a card. I am going to be working with Lemon Lolly. Friends, this is a 6 3/4 by 5.5. So isn't it great? You're going to have some good scraps left over when you create this card. We're going to go ahead and do our stamping. So I'm going to get some grid paper underneath me. Here are our ink pads for today. So we've got Crushed Curry, Daffodil Delight, Early Espresso, and Old Olive. I'm going to start with my Crushed Curry. So this is a 2-step stamp. My favorite. I love my 2-step stamping. And so what I found worked best for me is to start with the detail stamp. So there's, can you see it? It's kind of hard to see. What if I put it there? This is the detail stamp. This is a solid stamp. I just found with this one, it was a little bit easier for me to start with the detail. So this could not be any easier. We are going to stamp all over the Lemon Lolly. Again, remember, this is the Crushed Curry. And friends, you guys know, I tell you, you can use your favorite stamp set. I'm a huge fan of this one. It is fantastic. Let's bring in the Daffodil Delight. We're going to fill these in. As I said, I just found it was a little bit easier to have that detail on and stamp over it. Okay. Ooh, I'm going to tell you too, there's some, first of all, this little wonky petal is really easy to follow. And then this line, okay, this little line right here, there's a line in your stamp. So that's going to help you get that lined up, but perfection is not necessary, okay? Don't get too wrapped up in it. But if you are a perfectionist, I thought that little tip might be helpful. All right, so we're going to get all these stamped. Let's see. Oh, Brenda said I can see so many color combinations with this. I know. So many. And you know, you might even be looking, you might even have some good size scraps that will work for this. So we'll just get that one. Oops, got to make sure I'm inking it up. I think we talked about this on another live video. How many times do you tap? I'm a 2 or 3 tapper on my ink pad. I just can't do it once. It's just, I just can't. It's got to be at least twice, sometimes 3 times. Of course, it always depends. How juicy is my ink pad? You see why we needed that grid paper underneath us, right? And how many of you already have this stamp set? You know, this just came out, well, if you're a demonstrator, you might already have it. But friends, this is an online exclusive. Oh, wait, no, friend, when did this one come out? This one's been out, right? This isn't one of our new ones. Now I can't remember. It's all fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, little early espresso.
I think, Connie, it is relatively current because it's in the new packaging.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So that would have just started. So I have only had 1 cup of coffee today. And guys, here lately, I've been a 2 cup of coffee day girl. Ugh, I really don't like to drink that much coffee, but man, Maybe it's just the daylight savings time. It's probably the daylight savings time. Who am I kidding? I just answered my own question. I know exactly what's going on. Stupid daylight savings time. Okay, we're going to get one more thing. I'm going to do something a little weird. I'm going to bring in an old olive. And this is also a 2-step stamp. But after I stamped my leaves, I kind of liked them just like that. I didn't want to add the second layer. So I'm like, we're not going to. We're going to leave them just like that because I just thought they really looked cool. But there is another leaf stamp that'll go over it. So don't think you have to leave it like this. And you can see I'm really just filling in anywhere. If it overlaps, that's all good. I think I'm going to stop there. I feel like it needs, here, we're going to put one there. I feel like it needs one there, but then I feel like everything's going to be, no, it's got to be all right. Okay. All right. I'm going to set that aside for a second because I want to go ahead and do all my stamping. So I have 2 pieces of basic white. These are 4 by 2 3/4. I'm going to start here. My, excuse me, my So Very Thankful came out of Delicate Framing. And I'm going to stamp this in the bottom right corner in Early Espresso. And then we're going to come back in with our outline flower. And I'm going to put one here and one here and one right there. We're going to swap these out. We're going to bring in the Daffodil Delight. I think you guys can see how fast this card can go together too. And I'm going to show you the quick and easy cutting. Get this stamped and one more there. Little Early Espresso here on the inside, and then we'll add our little spiky leaves again because I just think they're cute. And again, wherever you feel it needs to go, there's no right or wrong. Okay, friends, we are ready to do our cutting. Let me close these because you know I will end up wearing the ink. Either that or I'll do something like stick my card in it. Lord, I can't tell you how many times I've done that one. Okay. Stamping done. So we're going to move that. Let's grab our paper trimmer. And are you ready? We're going to walk through how to do our cutting. Our scoring. Don't cut yet. We're scoring. All right. So we are going to begin by lightly scoring at 1 1/4 on all 4 sides. And a note here for my YouTube members, if you are a fun fold friend or a fancy fold fanatic, you have the diagrams that go with this. There's 3 diagrams. So if you're a fan of diagrams, be sure to check out the YouTube channel. That might be a good fit for you. Okay, so we've scored at 1 1/4 lightly on all 4 sides. Now we are going to put the 6 3/4 up at the top. We're going to line this up at 2 3/4. And this one we're going to score a little bit harder. Okay. And before I do, so there's my blade, my scoring blade. We're going to cut up to, I'll say it again, we're going to score up to the 1 1/4 inch line that we have there. So it's at 2 3/4. So we're going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and take it up to the top, and I'm going to do that here as well. Okay. We're going to slide this down to 4 inches, and we're going to do that again. Down here at the bottom. Okay. So scores on all, we'll do it this way. Maybe you can see that better. But we have score lines here and here, and then we have 1 1/4 all the way around. It's time to cut. Okay, so I'm going to grab my other diagram here so I can show you what we're going to do. We are going to take we're going to start with the 6 3/4 up at the top. And we are going to line this up at 1¼ inch. By the way, I'm using the 1¼ that's here on the right side. And so I've got that set at 5.5. All right. 5.5, 1¼ However, did I just hit my camera? Sorry about that, guys. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut from here to here in between those score lines. Okay. And I can see the score line enough. And we'll take that down to there. All right. So we've just sliced into that one. Let's rotate it around. We're going to do that again. Remember, you can line it up at 5.5 or you can line it up at 1¼ and we'll cut in between those. All right. Good, good. All right. Now we're going to put the 5.5 up at the top. We're going to line it up at 1¼ or 4¼ Okay, whichever one works for you. Now, this part's important. We're going to cut from here to a heavy score line and from here to a heavy score line. So this part in the center, no cutting. No cutting there. So we'll go to that score line right there. And I know some of you get really nervous, this type of cutting. It's like, oh, Connie, I just don't know if I can do it. Practice with a piece of copy paper. I mean, I practice everything with copy paper. I'm not kidding. Everything I practice with copy paper. So, or junk mail. Junk mail works too. So we'll take that to there, lift it up, and we'll take that one to there. Now, I got to tell you, oh, it was only one of them. Do you see that one did not? I didn't quite get all the way through. That's going to happen sometimes. Not to worry, because we'll just go snip. All right. That's all there is to it. Okay. Let me show you how to fold this. So we are going to fold. I want my flowers right side up. I don't think there's really a right or a wrong side, but we will fold. Well, you know, I'm going to do it this way. It's going to be, see, now I can't even remember how to make my own card. So it's just going to fold back. Okay. So you're going to have that. So yeah, it's fold the left to the left, and then the right will be where it needs to go. Now, you are going to see these little score lines here, but what I want you to remember, that's why I said score lightly, because we don't want them to show, but I think this pattern is really busy enough that it's going to be okay. I've got a couple pieces of Daffodil Delight. These are you know what? I think I had that measurement wrong, guys. I got to check that. I think I have a measurement wrong in your tutorial. Yeah, the white was 3 3/4 by 2.5. Forgive me. I will go get that fixed and get a new tutorial uploaded for you, or a free download. I am so sorry. That happens sometimes. So again, the basic whites were 3 3/4 by 2.5, and the Daffodil Delights are 4 by 2 3/4. I guess I just got excited there, and sometimes those measurements, they're going all over the place. So we're just going to give those a quick little layer. So I'm going to flip my card closed, and actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn it upside down. So if you can remember that everything's going to be a little upside down with this card because it flip-flaps around. So my right side up. You know what? This flower, it doesn't matter. I don't know why I keep focusing on that. I'm going to adhere that because see, it's going to go on like this. And now this one, this is where you're going to write your message. And stick with me. I've got another card to share with you. We're going to do it again. And there we go. I'm going to add a little ribbon. I got to tell you, I wasn't quite sure what I thought about this. What is this called? Irregular weave trim. That's quite the name. It's a little stiff, but it actually made a great bow. I was really surprised. So I'm going to just press that bow onto a mini glue dot. Be sure to add it to the actual flap of the card. Don't let it go on here or else your card's not going to flippy flap. And we want to flippy flap. Look at that, guys. That was not long at all. I mean, I don't know, from the time I started, what do you think? Maybe 15 minutes? And that is a really cool and unique card. All right. I hope you guys like that. I'm going to get set up for my next card, and I'm going to turn things over to Christina while I get things set. So, Christina, take it away, my girl.
I'm taking it. So we want to give a huge shout out to our YouTube members. You guys are awesome. Let me turn that down. It's blasting me out. I don't know about you guys. We have got our Simply Simple supporters. We appreciate y'all's support so much. It means the world to us. We have our Funfold friends, and you guys get your downloads with the measurements and the diagrams every week, plus our happy hour live once a month. And then our Fancy Fold fanatics. We love you guys. Hey, I'm one of them. I forgot my name shows up on this. I was the first Fancy Fold fanatic. But you guys get our full written tutorials. You get the social hour beforehand. And we've got some exciting stuff coming up that you guys will not want to miss out on over on our YouTube membership.
Awesome. Thank you, Christina. And thank you guys so much. We love having you as our members, and we're having a blast. I hope you are too. And like I said, I know how much you love getting your diagrams and your written tutorials. So, all right, I got one more card. I know some of us are just getting started on Christmas cards. This one is really fun. I was inspired. I don't have the stamp set over here. I'm so sorry. This is called Stay Warm. And she's one of our Fancy Fold members. I wasn't sure what I thought about this stamp set. And she shared a card with me, and I immediately ran out and bought the stamp set. So let me show you how we're going to create this card. And for this one, I'm going to use some garden green. And I'm going to bring in my grid paper again, but we're going to do some embossing.
Hey, Connie.
Yes.
Lori Cabot had a really great idea. She said this would make such a cute recipe card.
Oh.
You put that on the front and then do the recipe. And she thought the one you're doing right now, if you did a cookie recipe on it.
Oh, and what about that holiday? I think it's called Holiday Treats. And that's got cookies. And I think the sentiment in it is 'tis the season for baking, or it's just like right on the tip of my tongue. But that would be so cute, Lori. What a fun idea. I love that. Okay, so you see what I'm doing. I'm taking the embossing buddy, and I'm going to rub that all over because let me show you. I didn't on this one. And look at all my embossing boogers. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So I'm going to remember to use it this time. I'm going to use Versamark for this. And what I did is I put the mittens, both of them on one block, and then I have the hat. And I'm only going to do part of this. You're going to do the whole thing, okay? But for the sake of time, we will just kind of do part of it here. And then we can kind of come in and fill in with the mittens. And we're going to do some embossing. All right. So, like I said, I'm only going to do part of this. But you're going to sprinkle your embossing powder.
Connie, I wanted to jump on here really quick. A couple of people have mentioned that the stamp set, the Stay Warm, is out of stock.
Is it really?
It was yesterday when I went to place an order for a customer.
Yeah.
I just double checked and it let me add it to my cart. So I am thinking it's available again.
It's back. That's awesome. Awesome. Thank you, guys. I did not realize it had gone out of stock. So the embossing additions kit does have a little, do I have it in here? Yeah. It comes with a little brush, so I don't have to be quite so. But you can brush away. Look, I mean, I did a really bad job. I'm not going to stress over it because I have one already done for you. But I'm going to let this heat up for a minute. And Let's see. Debbie's here from Ontario, Canada. She's been following for over a year, and this is her first time watching live. Welcome, Debbie. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, I wanted to heat up my heat tool. I'm going to just stick to one hat so you can kind of see. I never get tired of watching embossing powder melt. But you do want to kind of typically, you're going to keep this moving around, because as it starts to kind of heat up, see how my paper's trying to warp a little bit? That just means I need to pull back, get a little bit further away from it. And we're going to wait patiently. There it goes. Ooh. It is. It's just magical. And once it starts to melt, then everything moves really fast. But love the way this looks. All right. So you're going to heat up all of that. All right. And through the magic of television, it's going to look like this. Okay. And then I'm going to get all the embossing powder off of my desk. Okay, guys. So let's go ahead and do our cutting for this one. So I'm going to turn it over. I think it'll be just a little bit easier to see. So I'm going to remember lightly score at 1 1/4 on all 4 sides. And I've got some other fun tricks that we're going to do with this stamp set and how we create some fun stuff with the little hat. Okay, so 1 1/4 on all 4 sides. And then we're going to go to 2 3/4. And remember, this is where we're going to heavily score just to here and here. And then we're going to go down to 4 inches. And we're going to do that again. Okay. Score line, 1 1/4 all the way around. We're going to line it up at, we're going to line it up at 5.5 inches or 1 1/4. And we're going to cut in between those 2 score lines. I'll rotate it around and I'll do that again. This is why the QR code or the clickable link to come to the video, you might need to watch this again. Okay. We're going to rotate it around. We're going to put it at 4 1/4 or 1 1/4. And remember, you don't go in the center. All right. We need this to stay attached. So we're going to go right to that score line. Okay. Then we're going to do the same thing up here.
Hey, Connie.
Yeah.
I just wanted to let you know that you have several on here in Canada that this is their first time they've gotten to watch you.
That's great.
There's several talking about it. I think I see at least 3. So yay for our Canada friends.
Welcome. We love our Canada friends. You guys are the best. I'm so glad you're here. All right. There's our cutting. See, there's always one that I just don't quite get, and I have to come in. There we go. I got to come in with the scissors. Okay. So remember, it was fold left to the left and right to the right. It just kind of goes naturally right into place. Go ahead and turn that over, and I'll get the other side. Let's do some stamping. Okay. Grid paper. We're going to need you again. And maybe actually we're not. All right. So I have got my 2 pieces of basic white. I've also got a scrap. Okay. This is a scrap piece. So I'm going to start here with a garden green. And I'm going to stamp. Let me clean these. They were in Versamark, but still, I want to go ahead and give these 2 a clean. We're going to stamp them now in colors. All right. And we're going to stamp the leaves. My goodness. We're going to stamp the gloves. And we're going to put them right up here at the top. And then we're going to bring in Cherry Cobbler. And this stamp set, by the way, this is the Jolly Holly stamp set. And we'll stamp Jolly Holly right there. And I'm going to take that stamp. I'm going to clean it. And I need just the band of the mittens. Okay.
Real quick, Mom, while you stamp that, I do have a question over on YouTube I just want to address. Someone said, how do you sign up for FunFold membership? If you do it on YouTube, it says $6.99, but we advertise it as $4.99. We are trying to figure out what the issue is there.
Is someone else having that issue? I just do not understand what's going on.
I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to message YouTube later today and see if we can get a definitive answer. What I've been looking for, Nancy says, I've heard Apple's charging a $2 extra fee. I don't think Apple has control over this because it should all be going through Google and YouTube. It could have something to do with taxes in your state, or make sure, are you located in the US? Maybe changes happen if you're outside the US, or if you have your settings changed to make it look like you're in another country. I have a program on my computer called a VPN that I use whenever I go, oh, this movie is only available on Netflix in Canada. And so my computer pretends it's in Canada, and then I can watch Netflix Canada. So if you have one of those, maybe that could be messing with it. But I do want you to know we have seen this. Oh, Nancy says if you sign up on an Apple device, it will. You know, I had heard that with I believe it was Patreon. People were saying, hey, don't use their app because they're taking more money away from the creators. I
don't like that at all.
Now, granted, I don't know about any of this. So like I said, I am going to contact YouTube as soon as we are done here.
Okay.
And we're going to get this figured out because I don't appreciate
we have no control over that. But
that on us. Yeah.
We just had somebody message us, I think it was over the weekend. And I'm like, what? Yeah. That makes no sense because we looked at everything and it all is showing up as the $2.99, $4.99, or $14.99. There was nothing different. Guys, you saw me. I just stamped Merry Christmas and Cherry Cobbler down there. And I stamped the hat in Garden Green. And you're going to kind of put it right here. Now, I made a mistake and I stamped that in green and I meant to do it in red. But we'll figure it out. Maybe I've got another... I will just put it on the back, but let me make sure I get it on the right spot. So I'm going to stamp this one in red right here because we're going to have a little fun. So this one is actually we're going to take this side. Okay. And we're going to take the mittens and we're going to trim this. What time is it getting to be? I don't want to keep you guys longer. I always try to keep it at about 35 minutes. So,
well, real quick, I just tried checking. I switched my YouTube account to one that's not subscribed, and I went through the YouTube app on my Apple phone, and sure enough, Apple is taking extra money. Now, just want to once again say, we don't get any of that.
No.
Apple has decided, Apple and Google don't get enough money. You know, they're just so poor over there. They're struggling. So they have to keep taking your money, but they have to pretend it's us taking your money.
Yeah.
So we don't love that at all.
No.
But yeah, it looks like you need to go to an internet browser. Let me see if it will work.
Oh, friends, I'm so sorry. It is doing that.
Just please, I promise it's not us. Please don't let the, because that's my fear is people will go, oh, cool, Connie's lying about the prices.
No.
And it's like, no, Apple is stealing money in my name. I'm not stealing.
Well, not stealing. That's a little harsh. But yeah, we were not aware of that.
It either way, because that is not something that YouTube ever told us was going to happen.
No.
That just showed up. So our apologies, but it looks like if you do it through a web browser, you will be able to. Well, now I'm trying it in a web browser and you can't even find where you can join. So we are going to get this figured out.
We're going to get it
figured out about it at some point and we will let you guys know.
Yeah.
But I promise what we are giving you on our YouTube membership is worth it. We're just going to try and find the best way that you get the price as we have advertised it.
Yes.
And that these other companies don't get to take your money in our name. So
Yes.
please, again, just don't let this reflect badly on us. And I promise that the YouTube membership is worth what we charge for it.
Yeah. Oh, well, Christina, thank you. And thank you to whoever, I didn't quite catch who said Apple was charging that extra. We had no idea. So thank you for filling us in on that. Friends, I hope that you're just, as we deal with our little YouTube issues there, you can see what I'm doing. I just wanted to kind of decorate the hat a little bit, and a little fussy cutting. Kind of fun. This is the only one that's difficult. The other ones were pretty straight. So we're going to do this, and then we'll be able to put our card together. And And once you get over here, we'll just go right on the cherry cobbler outline. And we're going to add that right here. I just thought it added a little something. I kind of like that. Okay, friends, let's put this on our card. I've got my 2 pieces of cherry cobbler. And we'll put, remember, we flip it over, make sure it's right side up. And we're going to put our cherry cobbler there and our Merry Christmas. And you notice where the hat is, right? It's not all the way over because, and I'll show you here, when we put that right there, now you see why we needed that hat to be right there. If you're nervous about it, you could go ahead and put this on your card and stamp it to make sure. But let's go ahead and add our last one. So whatever you decide to stamp, okay, whatever that might be, just remember that part of that image will be cut off. So there's our Merry Christmas. This one is fine. This is where you're writing your message. Nothing's getting cut off there. But just remember on that one. I took some of our white 1/4 inch ribbon, which, by the way, is on Last Chance. I love it. It's my favorite white ribbon. It ties so nice. So get it. And in fact, I'm almost positive it's on sale. All right, guys, flippy flaps. Let me get my So Very Thankful. What do you guys think? You think you can do it? I hope so. Jamie is here. She's catching the live on her lunch break. Welcome, Jamie. I'm glad you're able to join in. Yeah, guys, if you'll just give those little cutting and scoring a little practice, just a little bit, you'll be so happy that you did. And I want to encourage you to give these cards a try. Next week, next Thursday, I will not be here live. I'm going to be with Brenda and Christina and many other Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. We're going to be in Las Vegas for a leadership conference. So actually, you know what? Christina and I will be on a plane coming home during that time. But I do have a very special video that I'm going to be sharing on that Thursday. It's perfect right before Thanksgiving. My daughter Jenny and I created a brand new pie making video. Okay, now if you go, oh, forget it, I can't make a pie. We're going to teach you how to make a pie. My mom taught me some tricks. She taught me how to make a pie in the microwave. Trust me. And I have gotten so many comments, so many emails of people saying, I tried it, I didn't think it would work, and it was phenomenal. It comes out flaky, it comes out delicious. You do majority of the baking in the microwave, and then you brown it in the oven for about 12 minutes. Now, what this means, normally a pie takes like 60 minutes to bake, maybe 55 to 60 minutes. You're going to do like about 13 minutes in your microwave and about 13 minutes in your oven. How does that sound? And what's nice is if you're making a lot of pies for Thanksgiving, you can just keep these going. It's in the microwave. It's in the oven. Your next one's going in the microwave. This one's coming out and you're putting the next one in. It's fabulous. And I promise you, no one will ever think you made it in a microwave. We're going to show you everything. We're even going to show you how to make 8 pie crusts, double crusts at one time, and you don't have to measure anything. It's amazing. Okay. My mom's been taught me this back in the early 80s, like 1980, 1981, something like that. You're going to want to check it out just in time for Thanksgiving. So be sure to just go over to Simply Simple Stamping or come over to YouTube and you will see the video there. And I've got a download for you that'll have all the recipes and how to do it in your oven. And of course that make a head pie crust. So with that, everyone, thank you so much for being here. We sure do appreciate you. And I hope you have a fantastic week. Give this card a try. More than that, get it in the mail and send it to a friend. They're so very thankful. I mean, it's a perfect time to get that sent out. This is a perfect time to do that. So thank you all so much. Love you guys. We'll see you on the next video. See ya. Bye-bye.